Aha! The spell is working.
What is up guys, it is Miniman here, and today I am bringing you a new Wizard101 video. This time I am focusing on what school should you choose if you're just starting up the game. Obviously, if you're an old hand at the game, an OG, you know exactly what school you want to choose. You probably have multiple different schools as I do. But for those just starting, they want to know what school suits their playstyle the most. And through this video, I hopefully will show you which school you should choose. When you first start the game, you'll enter a quiz which is meant to help you decide which school is best for you. You can also skip the quiz and choose whichever school you like, if you would like. Hopefully this guide will help you decide which is the best school for you, since at the end of the day your playstyle will change which school you enjoy the most. So the first school we'll look at is going to be Fire. There are quite a few pros for Fire. They have powerful attacks and relatively high accuracy for how powerful their attacks are. Problems with Fire is that they have quite low health, and so often need a healer, such as a death or a life, to help them through certain dungeons. But overall, I'd say Fire is a very good school, especially if you're just starting out on the game and trying to get to know it. So the next school we're going to look at is the Ice School. Ice has some very useful spells such as Tower Shield, which you learn very early on, and also you have very high health as an Ice Wizard. The only downside is you have quite low accuracy, and your damage isn't exactly huge. If you want big damage, you've got to go for Fire or Storm. But Ice is a very good school if you would like to defend yourself quite a lot and still have quite high health at the end of it. So thirdly, we are going with Storm School. Now most of you probably watching the video will know that Storm has the best in-game attacks. Hugely powerful attacks, especially when you get to higher levels. The only problem with Storm is that you have very low health and very low accuracy. So if you don't have anthems or other jewels or whatever that will help you increase accuracy and your health, you're going to struggle in later worlds especially. That's why you need a secondary class, which we'll come on to in a moment. The next school we're going to look at is Death. Now I'm just going to add in quickly that I am a Death Wizard by trade.
Really?
I prefer Death Wizards to any other type, and so I might be slightly biased here. But the most important thing that you need to know about Death Wizards is they do damage and heal at the same time. Now no other school can do this to the degree that Death Wizards do, and as well, in my opinion. So you can both heal yourself and do quite high damage at the same time. For this reason, there are not that many cons. It is perhaps the best school to start off with, to learn the game, because you know that you can heal yourself and do damage at the same time, whereas someone like a Life, although they heal themselves more, won't cause damage while they heal, and while Storms will do more damage, they can't heal themselves in the same turn. Therefore, I would say, if you're going to start out playing, go for Death first, just to get a feel for it. The next school that we're going to look at is Life. Now, a lot of you will know Life is sort of a bit up and down for what you can get, but the pros for Life are that you have very high health, and are perfect for tanking and healing in a group scenario. You can take a lot of damage, continue to heal yourself, and as well help the other players continue to heal themselves too. The only cons with a Life are that you don't get that many good attacks, as in high damage attacks. You can attack a lot, but you won't do as much damage as the equivalent spells for, let's say, Storm and Fire. You have to rely on others in higher worlds to drag you through, but at the same time, they have to rely on you to keep healing them. It's a symbiotic relationship, really. So the second last school that I'm going to talk about today is Myth School. Now, I quite like Myth, you know, they've got some quite nice spells in there, and they give you very good attacks, and the most important thing is they give you minions, which means if you want to solo the game, or at least try to solo the game, you have a much higher chance than almost every other class, because you can summon multiple minions to help you in the battle. Now the problem is, you have low accuracy, which means that quite a lot of your spells won't hit. Not as low as Storm, but still relatively low. You also have average health, which is completely fine. You can easily do the game with a Myth Wizard, but you're not quite as at ease as a Life Wizard or a Death Wizard in this respect. So the final school I'm going to talk about today is the Balance School. Now a lot of you will know that Balance isn't exactly the best school. What I mean by this is that a lot of players when they first join the game don't want to go Balance because it's just a bit boring. The good thing about Balance, and this certainly takes place in later worlds especially, is that they can change the rules of combat. What I mean by this is that they can give you plus 25s or minus 25s. They can essentially help boost you and destroy the opponent's attacks, so they are the perfect support wizard. Cons, they don't have any cons really. They're not that strong at hitting, but they're not too bad. They don't have high health, but they don't have low health. In reality, Balance is actually quite a good school, especially when you get to higher worlds. In lower worlds, it's a bit boring to play with, but from experience, you get to higher worlds, and Balance can really help you in a fight. Okay guys, so remember this isn't factoring in PvP, but I'm going to talk about the best secondary schools that you can put on your characters. What you can do is train certain spells from other schools to complement the school that you are already. Now personally, I find that Life and Balance are the best two schools to use as a secondary class. Life will get you more health and heals, and also mean that you can try and tank more of the dungeons especially, whereas Balance allows you to change a lot of the rules of combat, boost your attacks, and destroy opponent attacks. Honourable mentions, of course, are Death and Ice. Ice can help you block a lot of attacks, such as Tower Shield, but I would recommend only training 2 Tower Shield, and then not bothering with much else. And with Death, you can heal yourself while doing attacks. But obviously, it does actually depend what your first choice of school is. For instance, if you have a Life Wizard, I would not recommend going Balance as your secondary school. I would recommend going Storm or Fire, so then you have more firepower. Likewise, if you have a Storm, I would not recommend going to a Fire Wizard, because then you've got huge amount of attacks, but you have very low health and very low accuracy. So for instance, if you were Fire, I would recommend going for Life or Balance. Essentially, if you have a hard-hitting character, such as Storm or Fire or Death, go for Life, Balance or Ice. Myth can be used to complement pretty much anyone, so if you prefer a solo battle, go for Myth to get you minions. So guys, that is going to be the end of the video. I really hope that has helped you choose which school you would like to do next, and which schools will work for you and which ones won't. If I didn't make anything clear, just comment down below or find me on Twitter and I am sure to help you there. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and subscribe if you are new around here. If you didn't enjoy the video, please hit the dislike button and tell me why in the comments below so I can improve for next time. See you later.